Hey guys, thanks for coming to Politics and Life. Sorry about before. I was going to react to the interview that I did yesterday at the VA with the veterans, but unfortunately, the volume wasn't working on that. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see future interviews that I'm going to be doing on a weekly basis, once or twice a week. I have big plans in regards to interviewing people at NAAA meetings because I'm an ex-addict. I love to get point of views from people who are going through addiction or getting over addiction. I want to talk to the veterans every 2 weeks. I got really good support from the veterans when I was interviewing them yesterday. They love the thought of me being there and asking for their opinions because you know what? Our government doesn't give a shit about our veterans' opinions. They ignore them, use them, and then throw them away like they don't mean shit. And it is very sad to see how our veterans are treated. Yesterday in the video, I was talking about how illegals. Hey, Ruth, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great night. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a live with Squid Man. I hope you can join me. I was just going to do a quick video today because I don't have that much time, but I was going to do a reaction video. And yeah, I'd love to talk to you guys tomorrow, so I'll have more time then too. But today we are going to be reacting to Tulsi Gabbard putting a spanking on CNN's own Dana Bash. As you know, the left has been hating on Trump for going to the cemetery in Arlington, I believe it was. My cousin is a veteran. Yeah, I have nothing but respect for our veterans. They get treated like crap, and it's not okay. So I'm going to probably be interviewing veterans the most out of anyone when it comes to my interviews, and I think that their opinions are most valuable. But yeah, we're going to be reacting to Tulsi Gabbard putting a spanking on Dana Bash. They've been giving Trump a lot of crap lately for going to this funeral with the fallen soldiers in regards to the Afghan withdrawal. And you know what I got to say to that? Oh, sorry about that. I can say the left can kiss my ass because they've been doing political. They only help people or go out of their way to do anything nice for someone if there's a political advantage or if it makes them look good. So if Trump wants to go and take some pictures with some patriots' families because Biden and Kamala made a mistake and it cost their kid's life, then you know what? He's entitled to go there. The parents invited him. They also invited Kamala and Biden, who didn't even have the audacity to respond or give them the respect that they deserved. And it was their fault why their kids died, the way they pulled out in Afghanistan. So you know what? Kamala can shove it where the sun don't shine. That's how I think about Kamala's statement. My late hubby was a Vietnam vet. Yeah, nothing but respect for our veterans, Squid Man and Ruth. And both, I would like to speak to both of you tomorrow if I can. That'd be cool. Just we could talk about whatever you guys want, any topic. But today I am going to react to the CNN interview. Tulsi, as I said previously, puts a spanking on CNN's own Dana Bash. Please like, comment, subscribe. We are 2 subscribers away from 400. I appreciate all the love and support I've been getting lately, and I have big plans in the future, as I previously said. Let me know if you want me to react to anything in the future. I know we need to, Squid Man, react to Trump's best moments because I want to go back to his old days during the 2016 debates because I thought that was hilarious, and I'd love to re-see 2016 Trump. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it started, y'all.
We're counting down to the Harris-Trump debate, and my next guest is a former 2020 Democratic presidential candidate and congresswoman who endorsed Trump this week and is helping him prepare for that debate. Here with me now is former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. Thank you so much for being here. Vice President Harris's campaign manager released a memo this morning saying they expect former President Trump to be a, quote, formidable opponent on the debate stage. Do you think Kamala Harris will be a formidable opponent as well? And how is the former president preparing to debate her?
Yeah, I think Kamala Harris has a lot of experience. She is not to be underestimated. President Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris have very different records. This is a unique situation where we have 2 candidates who have served at the highest offices in the land. President Trump, 4 years as president. Kamala Harris, now almost 4 years as vice president, working alongside President Biden. And so this will be an opportunity for voters to look at and compare and contrast.
If anyone remembers, I believe it was 2020 debates, Kamala got spanked by Tulsi. She tried to say that Tulsi just benefited from her position in government and really did nothing with it. Tulsi was the one that served in the military, okay? You were the one that sucked your way to the top, if I may say, sorry for my language, and did nothing with your life but sleep with people to get to the top. Kamala has benefited zero to our economy, zero to making our lives better, and zero to our security. Biden never showed up during the Ohio train incident. Yes, and I believe even the Hawaii situation, they still haven't gotten the money that they were even promised. And that was only what, $800 when their homes were literally burnt to the fucking ground. They haven't even done nothing to help them. Same with Ohio, and that's because this administration are tyrants. They do not care about you. They care only about themselves.
Those records. If I can be helpful to President Trump in any way, it really is just in sharing the experience that I had with her on that debate stage in 2020, and frankly, helping to point out some ways that Kamala Harris has already shown that she is trying to move away from her record, move away from her positions, and how that contradicts the positions and statements that she is making now that she is the Democratic nominee.
And it is a remarkable situation in that you are a Democrat who debated her in a Democratic primary, and now you are helping the Republican nominee to debate her. And on that, I remember in 2020, you attacked Harris for being too aggressive as a prosecutor, which is...
No, that's not true. There's a difference between being aggressive and being corrupt. I hate when they try to do these little gotcha questions. And the good thing about Tulsi Gabbard is she's really smart. So she's always going to have a great counter for anything that this leftist media hack is going to throw her way. No, she didn't say she was too hard of a prosecutor. She was a corrupt prosecutor. She locked up a lot of black men for minor weed charges. She also used them for pretty much slave labor, cheap labor. Also laughed at locking up people who were actually innocent. So she's just a piece of trash, Kamala is, and obviously we expect nothing less from CNN.
The opposite from what Donald Trump is saying about her as weak on crime. So which is it?
What I pointed out in that debate stage in the 2020 campaign was her hypocrisy. It was how she was saying one thing and doing another, how she was prosecuting people for smoking marijuana and laughing about it when she was asked about it on a radio show. And I think this goes to the heart of many of these different issues that we're seeing now that Kamala Harris is trying to hide from voters, is how she says her position is one thing, but her actions and her record show exactly the opposite. And you can point to that on issues related to the economy, issues related to freedom of speech. She says she stands for freedom of speech. And yet, as we've seen time and time again, her and Joe Biden have taken actions both directly and indirectly to censor free speech. Most recently, I can point to my own experience of this, of how the Harris-Biden administration have added me to a secret domestic terror watch list the very day after Kamala Harris.
Sorry, guys. That is a badge of honor, I said, if you were added to that. Just means that you are on target, saying the right things, calling them out for the right things, and you are exposing them for the frauds they are. That is the only reason they would add you to this domestic terrorist list. Because obviously she's not. She has served without being corrupt for our country. She served in our military as well for years. And yeah, the fact that they're even questioning her accountability and like, it amazes me. But they'll defend Kamala till the end of the time. They will always defend Kamala, even though Kamala is an idiot.
Harris was endorsed by Joe Biden, and I was on TV and warning the American people about what I saw as the dangers of a Kamala Harris presidency, taking action that was clearly political retaliation. They've done this to a lot of different people, which points to how dangerous it is to have people in power so willing to abuse that power to go after political opponents.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the secret terror watch list. We're definitely going to follow up on that, but I do want to move on.
No, they won't.
To what
they will not follow up on that.
Is happening with regard to controversy after the former president visited Arlington National Cemetery this week. His campaign took photos and video of him in Section 60, where veterans of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan are buried. used it in a campaign video. The Army also says that Trump staffers abruptly pushed aside a cemetery official who tried.
Just like oh my God, this is just like Kat Hutchinson when she said that Trump like bossed around a Secret Service agent or pushed someone, and which was a lie. Every time that Trump pays his respect to our service members, they will make up some BS story. I cannot believe they're actually saying now that someone in his administration pushed someone. That is a BS lie. It's laughable that people still till this day watch CNN. I'm only watching it because I like Tulsi Gabbard and she's about to put a spanking on this propagandist right here. But the audacity to say that about Trump because he was paying his respect to the service members whose parents invited him. Because unlike the left, we actually care about our veterans. We actually care about their input. We care about their safety, and we want nothing but the best for them because they're out there fighting for our freedom.
To enforce Arlington's rules prohibiting political activities. I know you were with Trump at least earlier in that day at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Did you witness the altercation at Section 60?
I was there from the beginning with the laying of the wreaths with the family members, the Gold Star family members, and some of the survivors of that terrorist attack in that disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. I was with them at Section 60, and what I saw was a very grave and somber remembrance and honoring of those.
So she's pretty much answering that it didn't happen. So as usual, they just make up BS because they know that Trump comes out in this situation looking like he has a heart, looking like he actually cares about our veterans, which he does. Now, the left, I think that the veterans family also have released a statement saying that Joe Biden and Kamala both haven't even reached out to the parents, the Gold Star families, since this has happened. So if you want to talk about, it's hard not to cuss right now because I always get so worked up in regards to our military. And if they are treated bad, that pisses me off because my whole family, I have a lot of military in my family. And I just think they fight in these wars to just come back and get treated like such dog shit. It's sad.
Those lives that were lost. And I saw President Trump spending time at the invitation of these Gold Star families with them. He was there for a few hours. I did not see or hear about any kind of altercation until something came out in the news later on. The families were there grieving alongside President Trump, and it was a very special moment to really remember their names, remember their memories, and understand the true cost of war and the consequences of the decisions that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden made in the execution of that withdrawal.
Yeah.
They couldn't just let this day go for our soldiers and their family members. They had to stir up the pot. That's all they ever do. They stir up the pot by lying and just making everything political and making it all about them. Trump was there again to show his respect. They didn't even show up nor contact these people back. So you know what? They can kick rocks. I'm so sick of these hoaxes that are coming out in regards to Trump on a daily basis. And as Tulsi just said, she was next to him the whole entire event. She never saw it happen because it didn't happen.
And it is very clear that the former president was invited in his personal capacity, as you said, by a family of one of the service members who was killed about 2 years ago during the withdrawal from Afghanistan.
It was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago to the day on August 26th.
Yes, 3 years ago.
This is so embarrassing. It amazes me that these people still have jobs. She didn't even know the right time. You'd think that they would have already had this like pre-written on the screen that they're reading off, but I guess that's how dumb the people and the writers are at CNN these days.
Question is about the federal law and
the witch hunt,
Arlington's rules that prohibit partisan or political activities at national cemeteries. And the military and also other members of other families who are buried right near there are upset about the campaign filming it and posting the video online. Do you believe that was appropriate?
You know, I checked with the campaign on this question, and they have exchanges with the officials at Arlington Cemetery. They were approved to bring a camera there to document this historic and momentous day that should not be forgotten by any American. And to have a former president there and joining these Gold Star families, I know President Trump wanted to share that with others, especially given the fact that President Biden and Harris, I heard, were invited by some of these family members. They not only didn't come, they didn't even respond to that invitation.
This is the worst administration we have ever had. They don't even have enough respect to even respond to the Gold Star families after the decision that they made caused them all to die. They couldn't just say, "Hey, I'm sorry, we're busy. We're doing this, we're doing that. I'm sorry we couldn't make it, but we pay our respects to the fallen soldiers." Instead, nothing. Crickets, because that's how they think about Americans and our soldiers. They don't care.
And now to have Kamala Harris put this statement out yesterday saying that she stands with these families, she stands with the military and with veterans. You only have to look at the response that came from the Gold Star families of these 13 service members, of how offended they were by that statement, given she has not made any effort, not on that third anniversary or any other time, to call them directly to offer her condolences and even apologies for their decisions that led to the loss of their loved ones.
Do you think that the campaign will release that communication that you're talking about? Because the Army is
I
saying
thought they already had.
Yes, Squidman, good point. Same, Ruth. He was checking his watches when they brought those 13 soldiers down. Do you remember that? When Biden kept checking his watch and then the families got super pissed. Even though they invited Kamala and Biden, I'm sure they did not want them there because their actions is the reason that their children and family members are not here today. They took out the soldiers first, which is the most retarded call I've ever seen. They should have taken out the people first and then the soldiers. I feel like that's just common sense, don't you? But I mean, common sense isn't so common in today's America.
Very clearly that they broke the rules because it was clearly put out online, pictures, video.
So what?
As a part of his campaign.
So what? They wanted him there. So what? Doesn't matter at the end what you think. I want to cuss so badly. This woman, just look at her face. She has one of those faces I just want to punch.
I thought they already had. I was informed that they had come to an agreement. They could bring a camera there. And as far as I know, in the public statements I've seen from the Army, is that the matter is closed.
Facts.
I think the matter is closed about the altercation, alleged altercation, which you didn't see, but I'm not sure it's closed.
The altercation you didn't see. Were you there, Dana? I forgot. Were you there? Oh, I forgot. You guys just believe everything that has to do badly about Trump. She was actually there. So if anyone's going to have credibility, it's going to be Tulsi Gabbard, not you, propagandist. It's better than bathtub crazy. Yeah. Dana she is hideous looking inside and out. I mean, what a hideous woman she is.
The idea that they seem to have broken the rules and perhaps even federal law by putting out the campaign video. I want to ask you about.
I'd just
like to say one last thing on this because I think it's important.
This is disgusting behavior that they are making this event about him taking pictures with the people who invited him to the event. Disgusting.
Seen a lot of the headlines and the stories and the concerns that people are raising about this. But to me, as a soldier and as someone who has been deployed to different war zones in the world, and I have friends who are buried there at Section 60, what is more outrageous to me is that there wasn't universal coverage of the momentous day of the third anniversary of the loss of these 13 Gold Star families, and the outrage that they feel that their loved ones are not getting the kind of coverage and memory that their great sacrifice deserves. That is what everyone should be outraged about.
Well,
yes, that's what it comes down to. They are not speaking at all. And actually, Kamala Harris kind of disrespected the parents in a way. I was listening to Jesse Waters earlier, and they're just being so disrespectful and rude. They are taking this event that is supposed to be about the parents and their children that passed and making it so political while attacking them and Trump. These people are evil. Evil, no heart, all about themselves, narcissist.
Yeah, we have covered the horrible, horrible events 3 years ago, and have done so several times, over and over again. So I appreciate you also talking about their memories, because it is important. Before you go, you said in an interview this week that you were interested in serving administratively as Secretary of State, maybe Secretary of Defense. Have you discussed that with Donald Trump directly?
No, I haven't. You know, it's important for us right now to point out the difference between Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump, what kind of president and commander in chief they would be. And really the leading concern that I have is about this, about the contrast between their positions and their records, and the fact that as we sit here today, President Biden and Kamala Harris have us embroiled in wars in 3 different regions of the world, have us closer to the brink of World War III and
Look at her
nuclear war
face.
now than ever before, according to the bulletin.
Look at her face. Look at her face. She knows she is right about everything, and she can't counter it because she's too stupid to counter it. Tulsi is really good at debating. I'm telling you, I thought that Vivek, Byron Donalds, or Tulsi should have been VP pick. I'm a fan of Vance. I don't know much about him, but I'm liking him the more I hear him. But I really wanted Tulsi because I think that she could have brought in so many different voters that aren't even looking our way, even though I still think it's going to be an election landslide like we've never seen before, because people have common sense and because Kamal is just a terrible retard, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Of atomic scientists. And this should be of concern, not just to Republicans and Democrats, it should be a concern to all Americans, because what's at question is our ability to have a future and to live in a free society where we can be peaceful and prosperous. This is personal for me, as it should be personal for all Americans, because it is our future that's on the line here in this decision that we as voters have to make about who we want our commander-in-chief to be.
Former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, thank you so much for being here this morning. I appreciate it.
No, you don't, because you're a communist. You work for Communist News Network. That's what I think about that. And that's all I got to say about that. So guys, as I said at the beginning, this is going to be a shorter show. I apologize. I'm just super tired. Long day. I hope you guys enjoyed it though. I'm just two subscribers on my YouTube channel away from 400 subscribers. If just 2 could subscribe, I would so appreciate it. Politics and Life is the channel name, or California JB5460. Hope you guys have a blessed night. I'll be speaking with Squid Man and Ruth tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Love you guys. Peace.